Got myself a script for TRT. Not that I'm actually going to take it. I was curious to how much it cost. Honestly, babe, I was just having a look. $250 for a vial of test. Isn't that crazy? Bit of tamoxifen, testosterone sip. That's the good stuff I had back in the day. 250 Australian dollars. Now for my UK homies, 134 pounds, 166 US dollars. I could either get myself that little vial of testosterone or a bag of protein, bag of filtered milk. I was tempted. Although testosterone has many functions and it can be used to treat hypogonadism when your testicles aren't producing or doing their job, let's just say. You know, increase libido, better mood, help with erectile dysfunction, building muscle mass, all of these things. Yeah, it's amazing. But in a stallion such as myself, although I could do with a little bit more muscle, I believe from the research I've read that taking TRT or any amount of testosterone would hinder or negate my fertility. And as someone who wants to have his kids and I haven't had kids, it's not something that I'm going to do. But if I do it, bad English, poor grammar, I do apologize. It's something I'd be very transparent with because I don't want to be a fake natty. And credit and kudos to, you know, the Joe Rogans, even Greg Doucette on YouTube, who is like, hey, look, I love training. I'm on a little bit of tests. I'm getting a bit older because we will see a decline of testosterone as we get older. It's about 1% a year. Then as a nation, the world is seeing a decline in testosterone. Testosterone rates are plummeting between 1 to 1.8% a year. So that is the world's testosterone is decreasing, whilst also we will see natural declines of testosterone. So young people now have got less testosterone than they would have in the 50s or the 60s. Whether that's because of plastics or obesity or whatever it is, we can't put the finger on it. But some people say, oh, it's still quite expensive to have mad gains and build more muscle and have a super physiological physique. And again, there is this argument that, you know, taking testosterone isn't healthy. It is medication for people that have low amounts of test. Let's not get it twisted. Similarly to if someone's a type 1 diabetic and they don't produce insulin, you give them insulin because their pancreas isn't doing it. If someone's testicles, hypogonadism, aren't doing their job, we'd give them some testosterone. And yes, we can use it recreationally, but just think about this. The bigger and the more tissue you have, you're probably going to impact your longevity. How many massive old people are there? Not many. My manager is 115 kg. He's about 6'4", 6'5", and he says to me all the time, James, how many old people are my size? And he's got a point. I don't think TRT is a good thing or a bad thing. I think it depends on the individual. Ask me again in 10 years. If someone said, James, you could live to 100 without TRT or you'll get to 75, 80 with it, probably go with the TRT because look, them years between 80 and 100, no one's really doing much there, are they? You got no summer trips to Ibiza. You're just a bag of bones. You're lucky if you're wiping your own ass at that age, all right? But I will not hinder my fertility in the meantime. And I still have got some theories in my mind. Imagine this, right? Maybe we're not supposed to fuck with testosterone because maybe that aggression that comes with it we're supposed to lose because, you know, in your teenage years, you're stupid. In your 20s, you want to fuck everything. In your 30s, you're settling down a bit. Maybe by the time we get to 50, we're supposed to have low testosterone so we can be wise and give wisdom to the youngers of the group. Someone goes, they go, Uncle James or Grandpa James, what shall I do in this scenario? And you can be the wise person going, sleep on it, my grandson. But let's make it clear. TRT, very interesting subject, very hot on trend. And I believe there's going to be a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing because you go on gear, you go on a big cycle of anabolic steroids, you're going to be obvious. People are going to go, mate, where's your neck gone? But when you go on TRT and you're starting a little bit of dose and you're working it, you know, they say it's not true. If you put a frog in hot water, it jumps out. But if you put it in slowly and heat it slowly, it'll boil to death. Although that has been proven wrong, it's kind of the same. You get a little bit of test, train for a little bit, and then suddenly people think you're naturally like that, but you're not, and you're a fake natty, like Mike O'Hearn, who I've been using in the thumbnails, or The Rock. Oh, James, The Rock's not on steroids or TRT. The motherfucker was bigger at 40 than 30, and the motherfucker was bigger at 50 than 40. That doesn't happen. No. Gonna be getting that script and putting it in the bin, deleting it. Babe, let's pop out a couple kids. So I'm going back on cycle. Just joking. Haha.